As the first rays of sunlight spill across the endless African savanna, the land awakens in a golden haze. The air is cool, tinged with the earthy scent of dew-soaked grass, and the vast plains stretch out in every direction, dotted with acacia trees and the silhouettes of distant animals beginning their day. In this world, every sunrise signals a new chapter in the ongoing struggle for survival. Each creature, from the smallest insect to the largest predator, is governed by the relentless rhythm of life and death. Beneath the dappled shade of an ancient acacia, a female leopard moves with ghost-like precision. Her golden rosette-spotted coat blends seamlessly with the shifting patterns of light and shadow, rendering her nearly invisible to the untrained eye. Every muscle is coiled, every step measured and silent, as she becomes one with her environment. She is the embodiment of solitary power and patience, a creature honed by evolution to hunt alone. Her senses are razor-sharp, ears swiveling to catch the faintest rustle, eyes locked on her quarry, nostrils flaring to read the wind for any sign of danger or opportunity. For hours she has stalked her chosen prey, a warthog grazing carelessly in the tall grass. The leopard's body is low, her belly brushing the earth, as she inches forward with infinite patience. Each pause is calculated, every movement dictated by the shifting breeze and the warthog's distracted gaze. Suddenly, the moment arrives. With a lightning-fast surge, she explodes from her cover, muscles rippling as she accelerates to nearly 60 kilometers per hour in a matter of seconds. The warthog bolts, but the leopard's timing is perfect. Her claws find purchase, and with a powerful bite to the throat, the hunt is over. The victory is hard won. The warthog, heavy and strong, is a prize that will sustain her for days. She pauses, sides heaving, her breath misting in the cool morning air as she surveys her surroundings for any sign of danger. But the savanna is never truly silent. Already the distant calls of scavengers echo across the plains, and the leopard's instincts sharpen. She knows that a successful hunt is only the beginning. Now she must defend her meal from a host of opportunists. Her eyes scan the horizon, catching glimpses of hyenas and jackals lurking at the edge of the grass, their noses twitching as they catch the scent of fresh blood. The leopard's body tenses, every sense alert to the threat of larger, more powerful predators. Instinct drives her to act quickly. She must move the carcass to safety before the scavengers grow bold or a rival predator arrives. Her powerful jaws clamp around the warthog, and she begins the grueling task of dragging it across the uneven ground. The warthog is nearly as heavy as she is, but the leopard's determination is unwavering. She hauls her prize toward the nearest tree, muscles straining with each step, her eyes flicking constantly between the carcass and the shadows around her. The tree is her sanctuary, a fortress in the sky. With astonishing strength and agility, she begins to climb, the warthog dangling from her jaws. The ascent is slow and perilous, but the leopard is relentless, inching higher with every powerful pull. Her muscles ripple beneath her spotted coat, each movement a testament to her evolutionary perfection. The branches creak under the combined weight, but she perseveres, finally reaching a sturdy fork high above the ground. Here, in her aerial larder, she is safe from most threats. Hyenas and jackals prowl below, frustrated and hungry, but the leopard is beyond their reach. She settles onto the branch, her meals secure, and begins to feed, tearing into the flesh with practiced efficiency. For a brief, precious moment, she can relax. Hidden among the leaves, she licks her bloodied muzzle and closes her eyes, savoring the hard-earned peace. The world below fades away, and the only sound is the rustle of wind through the branches. But the savanna is a place of constant vigilance. The scent of fresh kill drifts on the breeze, carried far across the plains. It reaches the nostrils of a far more formidable adversary, a lion, the undisputed monarch of these lands. From the tall grass, a massive male lion emerges, his mane catching the morning light. His golden eyes lock onto the leopard's treetop cache, and a low growl rumbles in his chest. He is drawn by hunger and the promise of an easy meal. Lions are not natural climbers, but hunger can drive even the most grounded predator to attempt the impossible. The lion circles the base of the tree, his gaze unwavering, calculating his next move. With surprising agility, the lion rears up and begins to climb, his massive claws gouging the bark. The tree shudders under his weight, and the leopard's heart pounds as she watches her sanctuary invaded. The leopard crouches, every muscle taut, her eyes wide with alarm. She is a master of the treetops, but against the sheer size and strength of the lion, she is hopelessly outmatched. She retreats higher, clinging to the slender branches. But there is nowhere left to go. The lion's bulk fills the lower branches, his presence overwhelming and inescapable. There is no contest here, no hope of defending her kill against such overwhelming force. The lion's dominance is absolute, his size and power dwarfing the leopard's agility. The branches groan as the lion reaches the carcass, his jaws closing around the prize. The leopard, defeated, can only watch as her hard-won meal is claimed by a stronger rival. With a heavy heart she backs away, her hunger unfulfilled. The effort, the patience, the risk, all lost in an instant to the brutal hierarchy of the wild. With a final, frustrated snarl, she leaps from the tree, melting into the shadows below. Her belly remains empty, but her spirit is unbroken. She will hunt again, for this is the way of the Serengeti. This raw, unforgiving encounter is the law of the land, where strength, cunning, and timing decide who eats and who goes hungry. Every day is a gamble, a high-stakes contest of risk and reward. Even the most skilled and patient hunter can lose everything in a heartbeat. The lion feasts, his dominance unchallenged, a living reminder that in this wild kingdom, survival belongs to those who can adapt, endure, and know when to fight and when to yield. While the leopard hunts alone, relying on stealth and solitary cunning, other predators have mastered the art of teamwork, transforming the savanna into a stage for complex social strategies and coordinated hunts. Among them, none exemplify this more than the African wild dog, a species whose very survival depends on the strength and unity of its pack. With their striking patchwork coats of black, yellow, and white, wild dogs move as one, a living tapestry of speed and precision. Social bonds are the foundation of their existence. Every member, from the dominant pair to the youngest pup, plays a vital role in the pack's daily life. Their hunting prowess is legendary, but it is not brute strength that gives them the edge. It is their remarkable ability to work together, beginning with a ritual that sets them apart from all other predators. Before each hunt, the pack assembles in a burst of energy. They greet one another with high-pitched twittering, wagging tails, and playful nips, reinforcing their social bonds and building anticipation. In a remarkable display of democracy, the pack votes on whether to begin the hunt by sneezing. Each sneeze is a signal, a voice in the collective decision. The more sneezes, the greater the consensus. When enough members have signaled their readiness, the hunt commences. Instantly, the pack transforms into a single, fluid hunting machine. Each dog knows its place, and every movement is synchronized. They fan out across the plains, communicating constantly with a chorus of yips, chirps, and whistles. These sounds keep the group connected, allowing them to adjust their positions and tactics in real time. Wild dogs are built for endurance. Their lean bodies and long legs allow them to maintain a relentless pace, chasing prey for miles across the open savanna. When a target is chosen, often a large, powerful antelope, the pack's strategy unfolds in stages. First, they identify the weakest or most vulnerable individual, using their keen senses to spot any sign of fatigue or injury. In this case, a sable antelope stands out, a dominant male, proud and strong, but weary from defending his territory and harem from rivals. His horns, curved and sharp as scimitars, are formidable weapons, capable of fending off most attackers. But the wild dogs are patient. They watch, waiting for the moment when exhaustion dulls his reflexes and saps his strength. The chase begins with a sudden burst of speed. The lead dogs surge forward, driving the antelope to run at full tilt. The front runners keep the pressure on, forcing the antelope to maintain a punishing pace. Meanwhile, others flank the prey, anticipating every swerve and turn, cutting off escape routes and steering the antelope toward the waiting jaws of the pack. Leadership is fluid. As the lead dogs tire, others seamlessly take their place, ensuring the pursuit never falters. This relay system is the secret to their stamina. By sharing the burden, the pack can outlast even the strongest prey. Gradually, the antelope's strength wanes. Each stride becomes heavier, each breath more labored. The wild dogs sense the shift. They close in, tightening the circle, their movements perfectly coordinated. Each member knows its role. Some distract, others attack, all working in harmony to bring down their quarry with minimal risk to themselves. At last, the exhausted antelope collapses, unable to continue. The pack moves in swiftly, ending the hunt with remarkable efficiency. Their cooperation ensures a quick, decisive victory. The aftermath draws the attention of other predators and scavengers, hyenas, jackals, and vultures, each waiting for their turn in the eternal cycle of life and death. For the wild dogs, the hunt's success means nourishment for the entire pack. Adults return to the den, regurgitating food for the pups and caring for the sick or injured, ensuring the survival of every member. Yet even these masters of cooperation face constant threats from their environment and from rival predators competing for the same resources. Their numbers are dwindling, with only around 6,600 individuals remaining, scattered in isolated packs across the continent. Disease and shrinking territories threaten their future as their world becomes increasingly fragmented and competitive. Every hunt, every meal, every pup raised to adulthood is a triumph against the odds, a testament to the wild dog's extraordinary social structure, their relentless teamwork, and their unbreakable spirit in the untamed Serengeti. The savannah is not just a story of predators, it is equally a story of remarkable resilience, intricate alert systems, and ingenious defensive strategies among the animals that are hunted. Here, every day is a test of awareness and survival, and the antelope are among the most skilled practitioners of the art of defense. Each antelope species has evolved a unique set of tools and behaviors to stay alive. Their large, sensitive ears constantly swivel, picking up the faintest rustle in the grass. Their wide-set eyes, positioned on the sides of their heads, grant them a panoramic view, allowing them to spot movement from almost any direction. Even the slightest change in the wind or a distant shadow can trigger a wave of alertness through the herd. The sable antelope, for instance, is a master of both vigilance and defense. While its powerful legs can carry it swiftly across the plains, it does not rely solely on speed. Those spectacular, backward-curving horns are not just for show or for battling rivals within the herd. When danger approaches, the sable antelope often seeks the cover of dense thickets or positions itself against a large rock, refusing to turn its back. With unwavering focus, it faces its attacker head-on, horns poised and ready. In a display of both courage and precision, the sable will kneel, lowering its body to the ground. With a sudden, forceful motion, it sweeps its razor-sharp horns from side to side, creating a deadly arc. This movement is not random, it is calculated, designed to keep predators at bay and inflict devastating wounds on any that dare to come too close. This bravery is not unique to the sable. Across the savanna, antelope species display a remarkable array of defensive behaviors. Some stamp their hooves or snort loudly to alert the herd, while others freeze in place, blending seamlessly into the tall grasses, their bodies perfectly still, eyes fixed on the threat. The roan antelope, found in the Guinean forest savanna mosaic, is another example of adaptability and strength. These robust animals are not only vigilant but also highly adaptable. Their diet includes a wide variety of grasses and shrubs, allowing them to survive in areas where food is scarce and other grazers might falter. This dietary flexibility means that even in the harshest dry seasons, the roan antelope can find sustenance, maintaining their strength and readiness to defend themselves and their young. Like the sable, the roan antelope is armed with formidable horns. These are not just ornaments, but powerful weapons, wielded with precision and force when the need arises. A mother roan antelope is fiercely protective. At the first sign of danger, she positions herself between her calf and the threat, her body tense and ready. If a predator approaches, she will charge with astonishing speed and aggression, using her size and sharp horns to drive off even the most determined attacker. The intensity in her eyes reveals a deep instinctive courage. This is not just a fight for survival, but a powerful display of maternal instinct, a willingness to risk everything to protect the next generation. Among the most specialized defenders is the East African oryx, a true master of survival in the most unforgiving deserts. The oryx's long, straight horns, reaching up to 33 inches, are like twin spears, perfectly designed for both defense and deterrence. There are documented accounts of oryx standing their ground against lions, using their horns with deadly accuracy. In rare but dramatic encounters, an oryx has been known to impale a lion, turning the tables on its would-be predator. Unlike many prey animals, the oryx is renowned for its aggression when threatened. Rather than fleeing, it often stands its ground, lowering its head and presenting its horns as a formidable barrier. This defensive prowess is matched by an extraordinary physiology. The oryx is built to endure the harshest environments with adaptations that allow it to survive where few others can. An oryx can go for weeks, even months without drinking water. It draws moisture from the plants it eats and conserves every drop, a feat that seems almost miraculous in the relentless African heat. The oryx stands as a symbol of toughness and endurance, its very presence a testament to the power of adaptation and the will to survive. Across the savanna, these antelope demonstrate that survival is not just about running away. It is about fighting back, using every tool at their disposal, and adapting to the ever-changing challenges of their world. From the sable's deadly horns to the roan's adaptability and fierce maternal defense, to the oryx's unyielding stand and desert mastery, these herbivores are anything but passive. Each is a living example of nature's ingenuity and determination. They are warriors in their own right, equipped with weapons, courage, and the sheer willpower to face down the deadliest threats the savanna can offer. Their lives are a constant testament to the power of defense. In the epic struggle for survival, a strong heart, sharp senses, and unwavering resolve are just as vital as teeth and claws. The antelope's story is one of vigilance, courage, and the relentless will to endure. Beyond the lush grasslands, a far more formidable realm stretches out, the Somali acacia comifera bushlands. Here, the land is defined by its relentless dryness, a patchwork of thorny shrubs and scattered acacia trees, all under the unyielding glare of the sun. This semi-arid world is a crucible of survival where temperatures soar between 77 and 86 degrees Fahrenheit and the air shimmers with heat. Vegetation is sparse and the ground is often bare, cracked and unforgiving. Water is the rarest treasure here. Every drop is fiercely contested, and only those with the most ingenious adaptations can endure the long, parched months when rain is just a memory. The East African oryx is a master of this harsh domain. With its pale coat reflecting sunlight and its sharp horns ready for defense, it is built for survival in a world where shade is scarce and danger is ever present. The oryx's most astonishing adaptation is its ability to withstand dramatic swings in body temperature. During the hottest hours, it seeks what little shade it can find, but when the heat is inescapable, it allows its body to heat up rather than lose precious water through sweating. By tolerating internal temperatures up to 116 degrees Fahrenheit, The oryx conserves water that would otherwise be lost. This remarkable feat would be fatal to most mammals, but for the oryx it is a lifeline. It's as if the oryx carries a built-in radiator, only releasing heat when it's absolutely necessary, a strategy that allows it to survive the relentless midday sun. But the oryx's survival arsenal doesn't end there. In a landscape where green foliage is a luxury, it has evolved to extract moisture from the driest, most desiccated leaves. Recent research has confirmed that the oryx can draw life-sustaining water from leaves that appear utterly devoid of moisture. Its digestive system is a marvel, breaking down tough plant fibers and extracting every possible drop. This ability allows the oryx to thrive where others would perish, finding sustenance in places that seem empty and inhospitable. The oryx is a living testament to the power of adaptation, perfectly attuned to one of Africa's most challenging environments. Sharing this arid world is the Giraffe, a slender antelope often called the giraffe gazelle for its elongated neck and legs. The Giraffe's unique feeding strategy sets it apart. Unlike other antelopes, it can reach leaves far above the ground, browsing at heights that few competitors can access. By standing upright on its hind legs and stretching its neck, the Giraffe can pluck tender shoots and leaves up to 8 feet high, exploiting a food source that remains untouched by others. Like the oryx, the Giraffe has severed its dependence on standing water. It can go for months without drinking, relying entirely on the moisture found in the plants it eats. Every bite is carefully chosen for its water content, and the Giraffe's efficient metabolism ensures that not a drop is wasted. These adaptations are vital during the frequent droughts that sweep across the bushlands. When dust storms blot out the sun and food becomes even scarcer. By slowing its movements and seeking shade during the hottest hours, the Giraffe conserves energy, making the most of the limited resources available. The bushlands are also home to the bat-eared fox, a small, agile predator with ears that seem almost comically large. These oversized ears are not just for show. They are finely tuned instruments capable of detecting the faintest rustle of insects beneath the soil. Over generations, the bat-eared fox's ears have grown even larger, an evolutionary response to the challenge of finding food in a land where prey is scarce. During droughts, when other food sources vanish, termites become a lifeline, making up the bulk of the fox's diet. Even the mighty Gravy's zebra, the largest of all zebra species, has carved out a niche in this unforgiving landscape. Its narrow, tightly packed stripes distinguish it from its plains relatives, but its true adaptations lie within. The Gravy's zebra's digestive system is uniquely equipped to process the tough, fibrous grasses that dominate the bushlands, plants that most other herbivores cannot digest. It can survive for extended periods without water, traveling great distances between the few remaining water holes and enduring conditions that would defeat less resilient animals. Each of these remarkable creatures is a specialist, honed by countless generations to meet the challenges of the Somali bushlands. Their bodies, behaviors, and instincts are all finely tuned to extract every possible advantage from their environment. In this land of extremes, survival is a daily battle, and every adaptation is a testament to the ingenuity of life itself. The Somali bushlands are a living showcase of nature's resilience, where only the most resourceful endure. Towering above all other creatures on the savanna, the giraffe is a gentle giant and a living icon of the African wilderness. With their long, elegant necks and striking patchwork coats, giraffes move with a slow, graceful confidence across the golden plains, their heads swaying high above the sea of grass. Their incredible height is both a remarkable advantage and a daily challenge. Each morning, as the sun rises and the air shimmers with heat, giraffes begin their search for food, gliding silently between the scattered acacia trees that dot the savanna. The Rothschild's giraffe, one of the rarest subspecies, can reach an astonishing 18.7 feet tall. This immense stature allows them to browse on the freshest leaves and tender shoots high in the treetops, far beyond the reach of any other herbivore. With their prehensile tongues, which can stretch up to 18 inches, giraffes expertly strip leaves from thorny branches, delicately maneuvering around sharp spines. The acacia's feathery foliage is a favorite, and giraffes spend much of their day feeding, pausing only to move to the next tree or to rest in the shade. This exclusive access to the treetop buffet means less competition for food, a crucial advantage during the dry season when the ground is parched and most vegetation is scarce. While zebras and antelope nibble at the brittle grass below, giraffes feast on the lush greenery above, their long necks giving them a unique window into a world few others can reach. Yet their height brings its own set of challenges. Drinking is a vulnerable ordeal. To reach the water, a giraffe must splay its legs wide and awkwardly lower its neck, a position that leaves it off balance and exposed. Even giving birth is a dramatic event, as calves drop several feet to the ground, taking their first breath in the dust and sunlight of the open plains. The Rothschild's giraffe is distinguished by 5 ossicones, those horn-like protuberances atop its head, while most other giraffes have only 2. These unique features are not just for show, they play a role in the complex social lives of giraffes. Social interactions among giraffes are subtle and fascinating. Males, known as bulls, often engage in ritualized combat called necking. They circle each other, sizing up their opponent before swinging their massive necks in powerful arcs. During these contests, the ossicones act as clubs, and the force of the blows can be tremendous. These battles determine dominance and access to females, but rarely result in serious injury. Afterward, the rivals may even graze side by side, the contest settled for now. Despite their gentle appearance, these displays are a reminder of the strength and resilience required to survive in the wild. Giraffes are always alert, their keen eyesight and towering vantage point allowing them to scan the horizon for danger. The savanna is home to many predators, and even these giants must remain vigilant. Lions are their main threat, often working together to stalk and ambush a giraffe. The chase is a tense and dramatic affair, with the giraffe's long legs carrying it swiftly across the plains. When cornered, a giraffe's primary defense is its powerful kick. A single well-placed blow can shatter a predator's skull, sending even the boldest lion retreating. Still, their most vulnerable moments come at the waterhole. Here, giraffes approach with caution, their every movement deliberate and wary. To drink, they must spread their legs and lower their heads, a posture that leaves them exposed and unable to react quickly to threats. Giraffes have developed a system of cooperation. While some drink, others stand tall and vigilant, scanning for any sign of danger. Their height gives them an unrivaled view, and a single alarm can send the entire group loping away in a flurry of long legs and flying dust. Life on the savanna is a delicate balance. Giraffes spend their days moving between feeding, resting, and socializing, often gathering in loose herds that shift and change with the seasons. Calves play together under the watchful eyes of their mothers, learning the ways of the wild. The Rothschild's giraffe, found primarily in the Victoria Basin forest-savanna mosaic, lives in small, close-knit groups, their movements shaped by the rhythm of the land and the changing availability of food and water. Yet, even in these remote and wild places, the giraffe's world is changing. Habitat loss and the ever-present threat of predators make survival a daily struggle. These majestic animals are a powerful reminder of the fragility of life on the savanna and the intricate web of relationships that sustain it. As the sun sets and the sky blazes with color, giraffes move in silhouette across the horizon, a timeless symbol of Africa's wild heart and a testament to the beauty and resilience of life in the untamed Serengeti. The endless plains of the Serengeti are alive with movement, painted in shifting patterns of black and white, as vast herds of plains zebras traverse the grasslands. Their stripes ripple in the sunlight, a living tapestry that stretches as far as the eye can see. Zebras are among the most numerous and instantly recognizable animals in Africa, their bold stripes setting them apart from every other creature on the savanna. But these stripes are far more than just a striking pattern. They are a key to the zebra's survival. For generations, it was believed that the zebra's stripes served primarily as camouflage, confusing predators by breaking up their outline in the tall grass. When viewed through the eyes of a stalking lion, the stripes blur together, making it difficult to distinguish one animal from another. Yet, the stripes serve another, perhaps even more vital function. They are remarkably effective at deterring biting flies, such as tsetse flies and horse flies, which are relentless in their pursuit of blood. These insects can carry deadly diseases, and their bites cause constant irritation. Scientific studies have revealed that flies are far less likely to land on a striped surface than on a solid-colored one. The alternating bands of black and white seem to disrupt the visual systems of these insects, making it difficult for them to execute a controlled landing. In this way, a zebra's coat acts as a natural shield, reducing the burden of pests and the risk of disease. But while their stripes offer protection from biting insects, they do little to deter the continent's apex predators. Lions, with their keen senses and powerful bodies, are ever watchful, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Zebras are a staple food source for lions, as well as for hyenas and wild dogs, who work together to outmaneuver their prey. To survive in this landscape of constant danger, zebras rely on the strength and vigilance of the herd. Living in large groups provides many sets of eyes and ears, each individual alert to the slightest sign of trouble. The herd is a living network of communication and cooperation. When a predator is detected, zebras communicate instantly. Their heads snap up, ears swivel, and a chorus of alarm calls erupts across the herd. These calls serve as a warning, triggering a wave of tension and readiness. In a heartbeat, the herd explodes into a stampede. The swirling mass of stripes creates a dazzling spectacle, a living storm of motion and color. For a predator, this confusion makes it nearly impossible to single out a target, as the stripes merge and shift in the chaos. This motion dazzle effect is the zebra's primary group defense strategy. By moving together in perfect synchrony, the herd becomes a single shifting entity, its boundaries blurred by the ever-changing patterns of stripes. The safety of the group is paramount, and every member plays a role in its defense. Yet, not all zebras share the same fate. The Gravy's zebra, the largest and most striking of the species, faces unique challenges. Its narrow stripes and tall stature set it apart, but its numbers are far fewer. Gravy's zebras inhabit the arid bushlands, where water and food are scarce. Unlike their plains relatives, they do not form large permanent herds. Instead, mares and their foals gather in small, shifting groups, while stallions fiercely defend territories that contain precious resources. This social structure, shaped by the demands of a harsh environment, makes Gravy's zebras more vulnerable to isolation and competition. Their survival depends on their ability to find water and maintain access to grazing lands, often traveling great distances across unforgiving terrain. The bonds between mares and their young are strong, and stallions patrol their territories with vigilance, ensuring that their families have access to what they need. Every day is a test of endurance and adaptability. The struggle for survival is written in every stride, every flick of a tail, every burst of speed across the plains. The zebra's stripes are not just a defense, they are a symbol of unity, adaptation, and the relentless will to survive in a world of constant change. Whether in the vast herds of the Serengeti or the scattered groups of the arid bushlands, zebras face a daily gauntlet of threats. Their survival strategies, vigilance, communication, and the power of the herd are their greatest assets. The great migrations, where thousands of zebras move in unison across the plains, are a testament to their resilience and the importance of freedom of movement. The iconic stripes, shimmering in the golden light, are a living emblem of the wild African savanna. As they journey across the open land, zebras embody the spirit of survival, ever watchful, ever ready, and always together. Their story is one of adaptation, cooperation, and the enduring power of nature's design. The zebra's struggle and triumph are woven into the fabric of the ecosystem, a living indicator of the health and vitality of the wild. Their stripes are not just a pattern, they are a testament to the beauty and complexity of life on the Serengeti. Across the vast, sun-drenched plains of the Serengeti, life flourishes in a delicate balance. Within this intricate web, certain animals stand out as true architects of the land, ecosystem engineers whose actions shape the very foundation of their world. These remarkable creatures do not simply exist within their environment, they transform it, altering landscapes, creating new habitats, and enabling countless other species to survive and prosper. Among the most influential of these engineers is the African bush elephant, the largest land animal on Earth and a true force of nature. Towering over the savanna and weighing up to 6 tons, elephants are living bulldozers, their sheer size and strength unmatched. As they travel through dense woodlands and forests, elephants push over trees, snap branches, and trample thick undergrowth. Their movements carve wide pathways through the vegetation, opening up the landscape in their wake. While this may appear destructive, it is in fact a vital process. By clearing out smaller trees and brush, elephants create open spaces that allow sunlight to reach the forest floor. In these sunlit clearings, a rich tapestry of grasses and shrubs springs to life. These plants provide essential food for a wide variety of smaller herbivores, from antelope to warthogs, who depend on the fresh growth for survival. Elephants also play a crucial role in shaping the future of the forest. By thinning out weaker trees, they give the largest, oldest trees room to grow even taller and stronger. A 2024 study published in Nature Geoscience revealed that this selective thinning helps these ancient giants reach their full potential, towering above the savanna as living monuments. These venerable trees become vital microhabitats, their broad branches and thick trunks offering shelter and nesting sites for countless birds, insects, and small mammals. The presence of these trees supports entire communities, from weaver birds to bush babies, all relying on the stability and resources provided by these living pillars. During the dry season, elephants reveal another facet of their engineering prowess. Using their powerful trunks and tusks, they dig deep into parched riverbeds, unearthing hidden water sources. These newly created waterholes become lifelines for dozens of species, from thirsty antelope to flocks of birds, all gathering to drink from the precious pools. The ripple effects of elephant activity are felt throughout the ecosystem. Their actions set off a chain reaction, supporting a web of life that depends on the resources they uncover and the habitats they create. Yet elephants are not the only engineers at work. Across the savanna, other species, though smaller in size, have an equally profound impact on their environment. Termites, for example, are master builders. Their colossal mounds rise from the earth like miniature skyscrapers, dotting the landscape as far as the eye can see. These mounds are marvels of natural engineering, with intricate tunnels and chambers that regulate temperature and humidity, creating a stable environment for the colony within. But the true magic of termites lies beneath the surface. As they tunnel deep underground, termites bring up mineral-rich soil, mixing it with organic matter and creating patches of incredibly fertile earth. Around each mound, lush grasses and vibrant plants flourish, forming islands of fertility in the otherwise nutrient-poor savanna. These green oases attract grazers such as zebras, gazelles, and wildebeest who seek out the nutritious forage. The presence of these grazers, in turn, draws predators, lions, cheetahs, and hyenas, who rely on the abundance of prey. Thus, the humble termite indirectly supports entire food chains, its engineering feats echoing across the ecosystem. Even predators can be considered ecosystem engineers. The African wild dog, with its highly coordinated hunting strategies, plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of life on the savanna. By targeting the weak, old, or sick members of prey herds, wild dogs help regulate herbivore populations, ensuring that only the healthiest animals survive and reproduce. This natural selection prevents overgrazing, allowing vegetation to recover and thrive, and reduces the spread of disease within herds. The actions of wild dogs ripple outward, influencing the health of plants, herbivores, and the entire ecosystem. The culling process performed by predators like wild dogs is essential for maintaining the delicate equilibrium between plant eaters and the vegetation they depend on, ensuring that the savanna remains lush and vibrant. Together, elephants, termites, and wild dogs, each in their own unique way, construct, maintain, and renew the fabric of the Serengeti. Their actions are woven into the very essence of the ecosystem, supporting life at every level. The health and vitality of the savanna depend on the tireless work of these engineers, both great and small, whose interactions and ingenuity sustain one of the world's most extraordinary landscapes. Every ecosystem produces waste, and the African savanna, with its constant cycle of life and death, is no exception. But beneath the surface of this vast wilderness, an intricate network of animal workers is always at play, each performing a vital task that keeps the ecosystem balanced and thriving. Without an efficient disposal system, the plains would be littered with decaying carcasses, creating a breeding ground for disease that could devastate entire animal populations. But the savanna is home to a remarkable cast of creatures, each with a specialized role in the grand cleanup. This is where the cleanup crew comes in, a specialized team of scavengers who perform one of the most vital yet underappreciated jobs in nature. They are the first responders to death, ensuring that nothing is wasted and that the cycle of nutrients continues unbroken. The most famous members of this crew are the hyenas and vultures, but they are not the only ones. Each species brings its own unique skills to the table, working in harmony to dismantle and recycle the remains of the fallen. The marabou stork is another key player, a bird that many find unnervingly prehistoric in its appearance. With its massive size and powerful beak, it is perfectly adapted to tear through tough hides and reach the decaying flesh within. These massive storks are often seen congregating around kills, waiting for their turn after the lions and hyenas have had their fill. Patient and persistent, they ensure that even the toughest scraps are consumed. They are environmental sanitation experts, consuming tons of decaying meat every single day across the Serengeti. Their voracious appetites help prevent the spread of disease and keep the landscape clean. Their role is not just to eat, it is to sterilize. The marabou stork's digestive system is a fortress capable of neutralizing deadly pathogens that would otherwise threaten the health of the savanna. The marabou stork's stomach contains incredibly powerful acids that can destroy pathogens that would be lethal to other animals, including the bacteria that causes anthrax. In this way, they act as a biological barrier, halting the spread of disease at its source. By consuming infected carcasses, they act as a biological dead end for diseases, preventing widespread outbreaks and keeping the ecosystem healthy. Working alongside the storks are the vultures, soaring high above the plains on thermal updrafts, their keen eyesight scanning the ground for any sign of a fresh kill. They are the sentinels of the sky, always on the lookout for their next meal. They are nature's first responders, often arriving at a carcass within minutes. Their arrival signals the beginning of the cleanup, as they descend in great numbers to strip the remains with astonishing speed. Different vulture species have evolved to specialize in eating different parts of a carcass. Some target the tough hide, others the soft tissue, and still others the bones and marrow. Some, like the lappet-faced vulture, have powerful beaks capable of tearing through tough hide, while others, like the white-backed vulture, are experts at pulling off soft flesh. This division of labor ensures that every part of the carcass is utilized. This specialization allows multiple species to feed on the same carcass with minimal conflict, ensuring that nothing goes to waste. The savanna's cleanup crew is a model of efficiency and cooperation. Even the much-maligned striped hyena, a smaller and more solitary cousin of the spotted hyena, plays a crucial role. It is the night shift, arriving after the others have left, to finish what they started. Primarily a nocturnal scavenger, it cleans up the smaller scraps and bones that others leave behind. Its powerful jaws can crush even the hardest bones, extracting the last reserves of nutrition. Their powerful jaws can crush bones to get at the nutritious marrow inside, ensuring every last calorie is recycled back into the food web. Nothing is wasted, every resource is returned to the cycle of life. Together, these scavengers form a highly efficient sanitation department, but the work of nature's essential workers does not end with the large and the obvious. Beneath the feet of giants, a hidden army of tiny laborers toils away. Dung beetles, for example, are the unsung heroes of the soil. As herds of wildebeest and elephants move across the plains, they leave behind mountains of dung. Dung beetles quickly arrive, rolling, burying, and consuming this waste. In doing so, they aerate the soil, return nutrients to the earth, and prevent the spread of parasites. Their tireless work fertilizes the grasslands, supporting the very plants that feed the herds above. Pollinators, too, play a vital role. Bees, butterflies, and even some birds and bats flit from flower to flower, transferring pollen and ensuring the next generation of plants. Their efforts sustain the wildflowers and grasses that form the foundation of the savanna's food web. Without these tiny workers, the savanna would lose its color, its diversity, and its ability to support life. Every blade of grass, every towering acacia, owes its existence to the tireless labor of pollinators. From the largest scavenger to the smallest insect, each animal worker is essential. They are the unsung heroes of the savanna, the essential workers who tidy up after life's brutal battles, fertilize the soil, and ensure that death continues to fuel new life in a clean and healthy environment. In this intricate web, every creature has a job, and together they keep the Serengeti wild, vibrant, and alive. The stories of the savanna, the leopard's stolen meal, a testament to stealth and strength, unfold beneath the golden African sun. Each day the leopard must outwit not only its prey, but also the ever-watchful eyes of hyenas and lions, who prowl the shadows, eager to snatch away a hard-earned feast. In the tall grass, every movement is a gamble, every meal a victory in a world where hunger is a constant companion. The wild dogs, masters of coordination and endurance, sweep across the plains in relentless pursuit. Their hunts are symphonies of teamwork, each member playing a vital role, weaving through the grasslands with astonishing speed and precision. The antelope, swift and agile, must rely on split-second decisions and the cover of the landscape to escape the jaws of these tireless hunters. The chase is a dance of life and death, echoing across the open savanna. In the harshest corners of this wild heart, the oryx stands as a symbol of resilience. When drought grips the land and the rivers run dry, the oryx endures, drawing moisture from sparse grasses and surviving where others fall. Nearby, the mighty elephant, nature's engineer, uses its strength and intelligence to break branches and dig for hidden water, shaping the landscape for countless other creatures. These acts of survival are not isolated, they are threads in a vast, interconnected tapestry, woven over millions of years. The marabou stork, with its somber silhouette, plays a vital role as nature's cleaner, consuming carrion and helping to prevent the spread of disease. At the waterholes, a fragile truce forms as predators and prey gather, each aware of the delicate balance that sustains them. The health of one species is bound to the fate of all others. The fierce competition and remarkable cooperation witnessed here are not chaos, but the finely tuned mechanics of a living, breathing ecosystem. This intricate web of life is what makes the African wilderness so resilient, so vibrant, and so precious. Across the Guinean forest savanna mosaic, the struggle intensifies as herds of antelope and buffalo traverse vast distances in search of food and water. The changing seasons bring both bounty and hardship, lush grasslands after the rains, and parched earth in the dry months. The great migrations are epic journeys, fraught with peril at every turn, as predators lie in wait, and the elements test the limits of endurance. In the arid Somali bushlands, life clings to survival amid thorny shrubs and sparse vegetation. Here, the gerenuk stands tall, stretching its long neck to reach leaves beyond the grasp of other grazers. Every adaptation is a response to the relentless challenge of survival, a testament to the ingenuity of nature. The Miombo woodlands, vast and teeming with life, are home to herds of zebra and antelope that follow ancient migration routes. These corridors are lifelines, connecting animals to distant waterholes and fresh grazing grounds. The Gravy zebra, with its striking stripes, navigates these paths, ever alert to the dangers that lurk in the shadows. Lions, wild dogs, and the ever-present threat of drought. The Rothschild's giraffe, towering above the savanna, browses on the tender leaves of acacia trees. Its height is both an advantage and a challenge, allowing it to reach food others cannot, but also making it a visible target for predators. Each day is a test of vigilance and adaptability, as the giraffe moves through a landscape shaped by the rhythms of rain and sun. The lion, king of the savanna, rests in the tall grass, conserving energy for the next hunt. The pride's survival depends on cooperation, lionesses working together to bring down prey, cubs learning the skills they will need to thrive. The elephant herd, led by wise matriarchs, journeys across the plains, their memories guiding them to water and safety. Each species, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, plays a role in the grand drama of survival. The night brings new challenges. Nocturnal hunters like the leopard prowl silently, their senses finely tuned to the darkness. The African wild dog, ever resourceful, adapts to shifting prey and changing conditions. Disease, drought, and competition for resources are constant threats, testing the resilience of every creature. The tapestry of life is held together by countless struggles, alliances, and adaptations, each one essential to the survival of the whole. The forests and wetlands, lush and teeming with life, are sanctuaries for countless species. Here, sunlight is captured by the dense canopy, fueling the growth of plants that sustain herbivores, and in turn, the predators that follow. These ecosystems are vital, regulating water cycles and providing refuge during times of scarcity. Rivers wind through the grasslands, lifelines that draw animals from miles around. The arrival of rain transforms the savanna, bringing forth a burst of life, new grass, blooming flowers, and the return of migratory herds. At the waterholes, a kaleidoscope of species gathers, each dependent on the precious resource that sustains them all. The survival strategies of the oryx, the ingenuity of the gerenuk, and the endurance of the great herds are all part of the epic struggle that defines Africa's wild heart. As the sun sets over the Serengeti, casting long shadows across the plains, the battle for survival continues, an endless cycle of challenge and triumph, woven into the very fabric of the land. Here, in this untamed wilderness, the epic battles for life are fought and won by the animals themselves, shaped by the timeless forces of nature. As darkness falls and the golden sun dips below the horizon, the Serengeti transforms. The familiar world of daylight retreats, replaced by a realm of shadows and subtle sounds, a place where the rules of survival shift and new players emerge. Night in the Serengeti is a time of heightened senses and silent movement, where both predator and prey rely on instinct and adaptation to navigate the unknown. Beneath the pale glow of the moon, lions rise from their daytime slumber. The pride moves with purpose, their amber eyes reflecting the faint starlight. Night is their domain. The cool air sharpens their senses, and the cover of darkness grants them the advantage. Silently, they close in on unsuspecting herds, their powerful bodies blending seamlessly with the tall grass. A single misstep from a zebra or wildebeest and the chase begins, swift, silent, and deadly. Leopards, masters of stealth, become shadows themselves. With unparalleled grace, they stalk along riverbanks and through thickets, drawn by the rustle of a rodent or the faint scent of a roosting bird. In the trees, their spotted coats melt into the dappled darkness, and a sudden leap brings a swift end to the hunt. The leopard's world is one of patience and precision, thriving in the silence between heartbeats. But the night is not solely the realm of hunters. Prey animals, too, reveal hidden strengths. Gazelles form tight clusters, their ears attuned to every whisper of movement. Bush babies glide between branches, avoiding the dangers below. The vigilant impala, ever alert, freeze at the slightest hint of danger, blending into the gloom and relying on stillness for survival. Hyenas, often misunderstood, come alive in the night. Their haunting calls echo across the plains, coordinating their clan as they scavenge and hunt. With powerful jaws and a keen sense of smell, they seize opportunities left behind by others, turning the darkness into a banquet. Owl wings slice silently through the air, hunting rodents that emerge from burrows to forage. The nightjar's soft calls drift on the breeze, barely audible above the chorus of insects that now command the soundscape. In this shadowed world, every creature is both hunter and hunted. The balance of power shifts with each passing hour, and survival depends on senses sharpened by generations of adaptation. Here, in the heart of the Serengeti's night, the ancient drama of life continues, unseen by the sun, but no less vital to the wild tapestry of Africa. As dawn breaks over the endless plains, a distant rumble stirs the silence. The earth, trembling beneath the pounding hooves of millions. This is the Great Migration, nature's most spectacular journey, where wildebeest and zebras flow across the savannah in search of greener pastures. Driven by instinct and the promise of rain, their journey spans hundreds of miles, weaving a living river through the heart of Africa. The path is fraught with peril. Dust clouds rise as the herds surge forward, their unity offering some protection, but not certainty. Along the way, predators lie in wait. Lions and cheetahs shadow the columns, singling out the young, the weak, or the unwary. Crocodiles lurk in swollen rivers, their patience rewarded when thousands gather at the banks. The moment comes, the surge, the leap, the chaos. Wildebeest and zebras plunge into the churning water, eyes wide with fear, muscles straining against the current and snapping jaws. Some fall, claimed by the depths, while others scramble to the far shore, battered but alive. Yet, danger does not always wear teeth. The journey tests endurance and resolve. Searing heat, sudden storms, and the ever-present threat of starvation press the herds onward. Calves are born on the move, finding their first footing in a world of dust and urgency. Zebras, with their keen memory for routes and water sources, lead the way, their stripes a dazzling shield against confusion and biting flies. Amid the struggle, moments of beauty emerge. New bonds form as mothers nudge their young along, and wildebeest gather in massive, swirling herds, each animal part of a greater whole. The migration shapes the land itself, clearing grasses and nourishing the soil, leaving a trail of renewal in its wake. Through hardship and hope, the journey continues. For the wildebeest and zebras, survival is not a solitary quest, but a collective odyssey, one that connects every creature that shares this land. Across rivers, plains, and seasons, the Great Migration endures, a living testament to the power and persistence of Africa's wild heart. Beneath the thundering hooves and towering silhouettes of Africa's giants, another world thrives, one rarely seen, yet vital to the Serengeti's balance. Here, among tangled roots and blades of grass, small creatures reign supreme. Tiny dung beetles roll their precious cargo with unwavering determination, recycling waste and nourishing the earth. Ants carve intricate tunnels, their colonies orchestrating underground empires that aerate the soil and disperse seeds. Praying mantises, masters of camouflage, lie in wait, perfectly still, until an unsuspecting insect draws near. Reptiles, too, blend seamlessly into the landscape. The agile agama lizard basks on sun-warmed rocks, its vibrant colors flashing in brief courtship displays, before vanishing into crevices. Hidden in cool shadows, the African foam nest tree frog clings to reeds above seasonal pools, its eggs encased in frothy nests, safe from predators and drought. Each of these small survivors is armed with unique tactics. Some wield potent toxins, others rely on mimicry, and many possess the gift of silence, evading danger by vanishing into the undergrowth. Their lives may go unnoticed, but their impact is profound. Insects pollinate wildflowers and crops alike, while amphibians keep insect populations in check, linking food webs from below. As night falls, a chorus of crickets and frogs fills the air, signaling that the Serengeti never truly sleeps. The hidden kingdom beneath the grass pulses with life, each heartbeat a reminder that even the smallest creatures have a mighty role in this great, interconnected wilderness. As the Serengeti's golden plains shift from lush abundance to parched austerity, every heartbeat in this wild expanse is tuned to the rhythm of the seasons. The rains arrive in sweeping curtains, transforming dust to emerald and awakening a surge of new life. Grazers, like wildebeest and gazelle, feast on the fresh shoots, calves stumbling beside their mothers in a world briefly rich with promise. But the bounty is fleeting. As the sun grows relentless and the water holes shrink, the true test begins. Elephants lead their herds on ancient paths, their memories guiding them to hidden springs. Lions and hyenas adapt their hunting, stalking closer to the dwindling water sources where prey must gather, risking uneasy truces at the liquid lifelines. Some animals forge unexpected alliances to endure the lean times. Oxpeckers ride atop buffalo and giraffe, their beaks plucking ticks and warning of lurking danger. Baboons and impalas form loose associations, many eyes scanning for predators, each species benefiting from the vigilance of the other. Burrowers retreat to the Earth's cool embrace while reptiles slow their movements, conserving precious energy. Birds follow invisible highways in the sky, migrating vast distances to chase the rains. Even the smallest creatures, like termites and beetles, adjust their cycles, timing their emergence to coincide with rare moisture, ensuring survival and renewal. In the Serengeti, adaptation is not just a matter of endurance, but of cooperation. Here, every animal's fate is entwined with the pulse of the seasons and the choices of its neighbors. Through drought and plenty, rivalry and alliance, life persists, resilient, resourceful, and forever changing with the turning of the earth.